who have a big following. They mightn't be your cup of tea or somebody else's cup of tea, but they have a big following. There is a market for that.
Absolute rubbish. How could you compare Brendan O'Carroll in any way towards that rubbish?
Well, I compare him in the sense of the use of the F word.
Question. Did you watch Prime Time last week?
Well, it's on several times. Which one did you mean? Which one do you mean?
Prime Time, I mean, we're speaking about Limerick, so, Limerick is what I'm talking
about. Oh, yes, I saw
about.
that programme, of course, yeah.
You did, yeah. And I mean, do you think that this video was a great emblem of Limerick to be brought out 2 days later on national television? I thought the primetime programme was very unbalanced because it left people with the impression that this problem is exclusive to Limerick. This type of problem is exclusive to Limerick. It isn't, and I think this song does us a favour. It lampoons that particular image of Limerick. We've got a musical act coming from Limerick now, promoting drug usage, etc.
It's not promoting drug usage. It's having a bit of a laugh, Anthony. Let's get a light and get a sense of humour.
It's okay to have a laugh at it, is it? Drug usage.
It's okay to. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. Okay,
Willie,
it's okay to have a laugh. It is okay to have a laugh.
Okay, take that point, Willie. Well, Willie, this seems to be the point. Listening to Anthony now that he objects so much, which is the intro. Listen to this.
Any message for Niall and the man on the big day?
Don't be going and doing stuff on their own like one of them couples, like, you know. Don't be afraid to have a few house parties, even if there's children about it. So I was around the house like that, drinking and drugging going on. It didn't do me any harm, you know.
We're going into the church now, lads.
Willie, what do you think of that now?
Look,
don't be afraid to have your house parties, even if there's children involved. I was reared in a house like that, drinking and drugging around. It didn't do me any harm.
Look, I mean, obviously, nobody believes that. Nobody believes that being involved in drinking drugs doesn't do any harm, or growing up in a house where drinking drugs doesn't do any harm. If people want to say that, I mean, it's making a laugh. No, it's making me a laugh at the idea. It is making me a laugh at the idea that of course I don't support. Of course I don't support it, but I support us having a good laugh at it.
Is that what you're saying now, so?
I support us having a good laugh at it, which is what these people are doing.
So you're laughing at children who have to put up with drug use and drinking up. You say it's okay.
Anthony, I have to face down, unlike you, I have to face down the people who are selling drugs in Limerick and their associates, and I do so on a daily basis.
The fact of the matter is,
wherever you live, Anthony, I'm the guy who has to face them down on a regular basis.
Well, you're not doing a great job.
The fact of the matter is, this sort of thing happens in every town and city of the country. The only difference is now in Limerick we have a song which lampoons it and emphasises the fact that this image of Limerick that's being picked up by certain sections of national media is grossly exaggerated.
Yeah, but you keep blaming. Stop beating the media drum all the time, will you?
If you let me finish, the support is getting amongst the people in Limerick, whom I meet on a regular basis.
Well, one of them is Anthony there.
Outside Limerick.
Well, Anthony's from Limerick.
People can laugh at themselves.
Well, Anthony's from Limerick. Pádraig is in Dublin 11. Pádraig, you support Willie?
Absolutely. I've had very little to agree with politicians in the last 6 months, but I have to say it's a laugh and it's tongue-in-cheek. You know, I think as a nation, if we lose our ability to laugh at ourselves, like, we should just throw away the key and turn off the lights. It's quite simple for Anthony and that other caller. If they don't like it, don't watch it.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem. I'm not going watching it. The problem is I'm saying it portrays Limerick in an awful light. And for a minister of the government to come along and support it, as we just heard, drug use and drinking in the home with children in there, it's an absolute disgrace.
I don't support drug use or drinking in the home. I support a video that makes a laugh out of all that sort of stuff and a humorous look at a certain aspect of Limerick life.
We need to laugh.
Tongue-in-cheek, we need to laugh, for heaven's sake, get a life.
Anything is fair game.
Well, if this group gets to number one, I think that will reflect very well in Limerick, and I think it will reflect Limerick's credit. And I think that the people of Limerick really, instead of getting all angsty about this sort of thing, they should be getting onto national radio, emphasising the qualities and the attractions of Limerick, of which there are very many that they could be talking about.
There is, Willie, there is. But this is just throwing a bad light on Limerick.
But you never took the time to ring Joe Duffy.
That's the nature of the world we live. That's the nature of the world we live in.
I suppose, the negative is everything, but this isn't negative. In fact, this is going to be positive for Limerick.
It's negative on your part. It's negative on your part supporting that track. Without doubt, we heard the first sentence in the song. We've heard about the Oaks halfway through.
I'm not necessarily supporting the sentiments expressed.
And you think it's appropriate that song will be at number one for Christmas?
I think it's funny. Well, look, it'll only be at number one for Christmas if enough people tune into it and if enough people support it. I have no control over that. The people will decide. And from what I've seen so far, and the amount of people that have clicked into it on YouTube, it's massively popular.
It's popular because they're laughing at Limerick, Willie.
No, not because they're laughing
at
Limerick. There's an awful lot of Limerick people tuning into
Evelyn Bourke.
Support is coming from Limerick.
Evelyn Bourke is a former Lord Mayor of Dublin. Evelyn, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joe. How are you?
What do you think of what Willie is saying?
I'm appalled and I'm desperately disappointed. And it's not just about children in Limerick. It's about children anywhere who are living and having to put up with the kind of life that is expressed at the beginning of that song. That's a matter of child protection. And really to consider that it can be used in any way humorously, I think it's all very well to talk about laughing. You're laughing at children who can't defend themselves. You're promoting something which is killing people around the country and destroying our society. And I would hope that nobody in Limerick particularly or anywhere else would support that song.
Well said.
Willie, what do you think of what Evelyn said?
Well, look, people can have different views in it. I mean, ultimately, it's the public that will decide.
Willie, you and I
know. Excuse me. I didn't interrupt you. Excuse me. You're obviously a member of a different political party. So,
I'm
a member of Fianna Fáil, Willie.
Well, look, whatever you're a member of.
Hang on.
Whatever you're a member of, anyway. Look, let me.
Hang on, Willie. No, Willie. I mentioned that. I thought you would know her. Evelyn Bourke's a former Lord Mayor of Dublin.
I don't know her. No.
She was a Fianna Fáil candidate in the European elections for the Dublin constituency.
Well, my apologies.
When you were a government minister.
Sorry, Joe. This is not about my politics.
I
work with the Dorset.
No, this doesn't matter.
Sorry, Joe. I work with the Dorset Charity Child and Family Services. Day in, day out, we are picking up the pieces for children's lives that are destroyed forevermore, not just by the drugs, but by lampooning up their communities, etc. And I think anybody who thinks that that's funny, well, I really would question their sense of humour.
Well, you're questioning a lot of people's sense of humour. So
well, fine.
Because it's widely popular. And I mean to say, we can't bring in a law to prevent people having a sense of humour. I mean, if people enjoy the thing, I mean, that's what the public want, obviously. I don't think that it's in any way, and I certainly don't support, treating kids in that way, or drug use, or drink, or whatever.
Well, you are, Willie.
I'm not. I'm supporting the right of people to make a humorous video about a certain aspect of life in one of our urban areas.
But you say,
and they have every right to do that.
Willie, you're wrong. And as an Irishman and as a former minister of government,
but that's your opinion. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, and I don't think I am.
I hope that the people
I'm entitled to my opinion just the same as you're entitled to yours.
When you come to the door for the next election,
that's up to the people. Well, that's up to the people.
You have already let the people of Limerick down.
Anybody who takes the time to get onto Joe Duffy Priscilla, a humorous crowd of a thousand is a greater joke.
Can I just ask Evelyn Bourke what Willie says, or what said Willie is quoted on the Rubberbandits website, saying, "I'm absolutely thrilled at the campaign. I'd love to see them get to Christmas number one. I'm absolutely thrilled that this has a lot of resonance with young people." Isn't that not?
Well, it certainly doesn't have resonance with the young people that I work with. The young people's families are torn apart by the kind of parties that are referred to. And let me tell you that really is a matter for child protection. That is damaging children. And anybody who thinks otherwise is completely wrong.
Well, look, Evelyn, all I can tell you is there's an awful lot of resonance with the young people and the local people in Limerick that I'm dealing with. So, different people will take different views, obviously. And everybody is entitled. We live in a democracy. Everybody is entitled to their view.
Well, we have blasphemy, and Willie, in fairness, we have blasphemy laws. We've an equality authority.
Yeah, but I'm not.
You can't jeer everything.
I understand that.
You could end up in prison for jeering people of a different race.
If it in any way contravenes the blasphemy laws of the equality legislation, there are authorities in the country that can deal with that. I'm not the equality authority. I'm not the TPP.
The point I'm making is that there are rules and regulations. Some of them laid down in legislation about what you can and cannot jeer.
But Joe, there's also
you're saying everything is fair game once it's trying to make a laugh out of it.
I'm not saying everything is fair game. I'm saying this.
So what's not fair game? What's not fair game?
This is a tongue-in-cheek. This is a tongue-in-cheek.
Don't be afraid to have your house parties, even if there's children involved. I was reared in a house like that, drinking and drugging grand. It didn't do me any harm.
But everybody knows that that's not correct. Everybody knows that's not correct.
You're saying you support it.
I don't support it. I support the right of people to do a video and put themselves out there amongst the public.
Anthony of the Rubberbandits on the line. Anthony, good afternoon.
What's happening? My name is Anthony at all, Joe.
Oh, sorry, that's Anthony it's Blind Boy, is it?
Blind Boy Boat Club is my name, kid.
And are you the fella that wears a plastic bag over his head?
Well, there's two of us that wear plastic bags over our heads. I'm one of them.
And is this? Can you talk properly, or is this your?
What do you mean? Can I talk properly?
Are you acting, or is this?
This is Blind Boy Boat Club from the Rubberbandits, and I'm on your show, willing to speak to you, Joe.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think of Willie O'Dea's support?
I think it's unreal. Fair play to you, Willie, and thanks for supporting it. That's great. Like any support we get is unreal. Do you know what I mean? And I think anyone who's got a complaint about the video or the song, like your man Anthony there who's talking away, what he needs to do, someone needs to give that man a dictionary, and he needs to look up the word irony.
Anthony?
Absolute joke. Look,
exactly, it's an absolute joke. You put it well there yourself,
as the other lady on the phone said, I mean, I'm all for humour, etc., but when you're bringing in about children and house parties and drugs and all that, it's a disgrace.
All right, hold on a second now, right? Okay, the line you're referring to about children and house parties and drugs, right? Let me speak now a second, right? You're looking at that from a very denotative perspective, right? You're looking at it literally as that line is the absolute truth. What's not being looked at is the subtext. What we're talking about here is a piece of art, right? It's a piece of music and it's a video, right? So, first of all, the line that's coming out of the man's mouth, you need to look at that man. Look the way he's talking, the way he's dressed, the way he's carried on. Is he a reliable man? Do you think that drinking and drugging did him any harm? Look at him in the video. I'd say it did him quite a bit of harm. Second of all, directly after, when he says that line, you want to look at the exact next shot in the video. Now, this is the subtext. It shows a man with a disapproving face. That's a directorial technique. It's part of the subtext, and it suggests to the viewer that this is frowned upon. The very next scene, a man shakes his head in a disapproving fashion, discrediting the previous statement. It is not a statement promoting drug use with children or anything like that. It's actually quite the opposite. But unfortunately, it's being looked at literally. You're not supposed to look at art literally, man. Art is about a lot of different things. It's about exploring the subtext.
Listen, when I put on MTV, I don't look at it as if I'm Martin Scorsese, looking at every...
Well, then, man, you've no business looking at art. Because I didn't write. We don't create music for people like you who are going to interpret something to be created, to be looked at literally. If you look at a piece of art literally, if you look at the film American History X with Edward Norton, where he's a racist, if you look at that literally, then you might as well call around to Edward Norton, the actor's house, and call him a racist. It's about metaphor. It's about art. It's about different viewpoints, creating the meaning behind it. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Absolutely not. Like, I mean, like, why would I, as an individual who would watch that video once and listen to that track once, come away with all that? I mean, that's rubbish.
First of all, I respect the fact that you've looked at it and that's your opinion of it.
What's coming out of that video is the usage and the promotion of drugs. It's a joke.
It is a joke, yeah.